we'll start this from a leg press, okay? And this is a really good move, and it's Uki Gatame, straddle hold. Uki, like in a judo sense, could mean like a floating Uki otoshi, floating drop throw, you know. But in this case, it also means to straddle over something, to skim over the top of something. That's what Uki, U-K-I, means, okay? In this case, Uki Gatame, straddle hold. I'm straddling him over the top. So Derrick's got Mike in a really good leg press position. He's really working that Juji, but Mike's been eating his Wheaties, and he's just, you know, Derrick can't, you know, lever that arm free, okay? So a good plan B is to go right to the straddle hold, which could lead right into like a mount or tate shiho gatame or any other number of things. But what we're going to do today, right now anyway, is do the Uki Gatame, and he's going to realize he's in a bad position, so he's probably going to sit up or, you know, try to get his arm, you know, get out of that, and Derrick's going to flip right back into a Juji Gatame, okay? So we're gonna see how it works from that position, and then we're going to work into a pin of itself. So Derrick's got him here, and he's decided, okay, Uki Gatame time. Now what he does is, look when he does this, guys, he actually kind of does almost the splits, okay? When he does this now, look at this left hand control here, he puts it on his thigh for control, so he's really trapped Mike's arms really well, okay? Now as he does that, he throws the top leg back and he just sits like his knee in, and he reaches over here and he grabs Mike. He could post, he could, whatever he wants to do. Derrick likes to grab, and so there's the straddle hold right there. He's got him there he could hold him there for a while, okay? Now, he would probably transition from this if he just wanted to pin him right up into a mount or a tate shiho gatame, vertical four-corner hold, okay? And then he could also work any other stuff from there if you want to finish him off with a Juji, Udigarami, which is most common. But there you have a nice series there. But let's really play him. I'll tell you where I first saw this move. Two guys from Britain did this, Neil Eckersley and Stephen Gawthorpe. They were both Olympic bronze medalists in 1984 for Great Britain. And they were masters of newaza. They were just fabulous. And both of them did this with great skill, especially Gawthorpe, I think. But Eckersley was quite good at it himself, so probably both good. But anyway, this isn't exactly how they did it, but this is kind of the way we developed it over the years. So he's doing the leg press. He's got Mike. And go ahead and start with that, the leg press like we got in there. Okay, now, he wants to make sure, guys, you got to be precise. When he decides he's going to go for the straddle hold, okay, Uki Gatame, he shifts here, and look at that hand on his thigh, okay? Now, a guy like Jimmy Pedro would grab the belt. He would just hold that belt like that. That's good too, okay? So that's a good situation if you want to do that. We grab the thigh because we get a good, you don't have to. Try the belt grab, it works great too, okay?
Your belt or his belt?
His belt. His belt, okay. Can you see that? Okay, his belt. Now when he does this, he's going to shoot this leg back, and he's going to kind of straddle it. Notice see how he's kind of in a straddle position here? And notice he came up here like this to hold. You could be grabbing through the middle of his legs, wherever you wanted to grab, you could grab his leg, and even, you know, like hold on to it, you know, whatever you like there. But in this case, he's doing this. Now Mike figures out, holy schmoly, I'm in trouble. You know, so he's going to try to maybe sit up or whatever, or he's going to try to get out of the pin. And as soon as he does that, he forgot Derrick can whip right back into a Juji and finish him. So it's leg press, you know, get the Juji, try the Juji. He's not buying into it. Straddle hold. He forgets that. He comes up and can finish out with the Juji. Okay, that's a nice series. You know, kind of a Juji, Uki Gatame, Juji Gatame, like that. Now, let's say here's a situation that could come up, guys, that may happen. We've tried this. Derrick's tried this, and Mike's tried to get out, but he said, "No, I'm still not giving you that arm." You know, so Derrick's gone back with the Juji Gatame, but Mike isn't giving up that arm. So Derrick can say, "Okay, I'll roll you back down into a leg press, and I'll come back into my straddle hold, and now I'll just go right into a mount or tate shiho gatame. Now I've got him. And now you've got time. You got him in a good time hold. We'll say Komani, good time hold. You can go into a bent arm lock, or you work for a choke, or you can come back out to a Juji Gatame if you want.
Does the Uki Gatame count as a time hold?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it really does. So I mean, he's not getting up and you're controlling his body.
Right, and if he's not fighting too much, you can just leave him there.
You can hold him there.
Just hold him there and get your time.
I've seen people do this. I've seen a number of guys do this with good success, and just keep them there and ride them. You know, like if you're doing in judo, it's only a 20-second ride anymore, okay?
Okay.
In sambo, freestyle judo, I can hold that for maybe 20 seconds, get my 4 points in, then go right to the submission. So, you know, you can see how this really has, but notice, be careful to do some things. When he's going to go for the straddle hold or Uki Gatame, notice the change here. He wants, this is anchor, okay? Now, he does that. Now he reaches up and see how he's straddling here. Now, some guys have their knees a little closer to the head. You have that real tight in, okay? Some guys have a little wider base. You see out here is posting. Guys, play with this. It's a really skilled move. It really is. What's that?
I said diaphragms are for wimps.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But just remember, you want to be able, if you want to shift back on to get your juji, you want to have this back leg close enough that you can swing it up quickly.
How susceptible are you to bridging on that?
Yes.
You can be knocked off with a bridge.
You can be knocked off the bridge.
Yeah, that's
So
what I was just kind of
you have to be awfully good at
noticing.
the
You're
bridge.
shifting your weight like right over
it's
there.
a bit precarious. You've got to shift your weight to sit right on his torso,
Chest.
right on his diaphragm. Literally sit on his diaphragm and ride it.
And then exhale makes yourself heavier.
This is like the epitome of riding, and for me at least, because you're literally surfing on him while he's bucking around on you, and just trying to figure out which direction you can go with it.
And as you guys, you'll feel this. You know, the Japanese say you have to feel your judo or, you know, feel your jiu-jitsu or whatever. It's true. When you're on top here and in Derrick's position, you may have to do some minor things to adjust your weight, shift it back and forth to keep them where you want them. And that's why we practice. We'll be working on that.
And that's probably why he's grabbing the leg.
Yeah, and you can be gaining more control by getting another handle with a body part or something. And then when you're ready, you can go to something else or shift back to your Juji Gatame. Okay? So you've got a lot of options here. It's a great move. All right? And it's called Uki Gatame Straddle Hold. Okay? And
That's why you're talking about the floating.
Yeah, that's the floating. You're not floating on it, you're
Floating.
straddling it in this
Got it.
case. Right, right. Want to practice it? Let's give it a try.
Okay, so this happens a lot out of the straddle, and not really sure why, but it's a common way to try and get out of it, and it just kind of makes it easier to juji him. So we're going to go to the straddle. You can even use it as a fake if you want. Fake going to the straddle, he'll react, and then you sit back into a juji. So I've got it. Again, he's a stud. Arm ain't going anywhere, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hook, okay, lean forward, kick back. All right, Mike knows what's coming, so he's going to turn this way. That makes getting the bent arm lock a little bit more difficult because I have to put his shoulder all the way back there. Okay, he's got a lot of range of motion. He might be super bendy in his arm. I'm not even going to try it from this position. But what he has given me is a really easy way to sit back into juji again. Okay, he's rolled forward. I've already got this foot down. Okay, scoop again. Okay, and there I can either go up like this and grab my gi, grab my shoulder, uppercut it. Sometimes if I'm doing no-gi, I'll put it down and kind of, you know, half him. What do they call it? Half Nelson. Okay. As soon as I get that, whichever way I decide to do it, okay, I'm going to put that foot up and then just step around. Once I collect his head, you sit right back into juji. Okay. And the difference between this and this is that I have all of that gravity working for me. Okay, I've got momentum on my side now. So when I hook this and sit back, it pops free for me because all my weight is now going to pull that back instead of just shoulder and back power.
And see also, guys, see how he trapped Mike's arm so tightly to his chest and, you know, torso there. See, now Mike is rolling away, resisting, trying to get away. Derrick is literally hugging his arm to his chest, Mike's arm to his chest. And now, and notice his left leg is across the torso with control there. And see that? So it's a good control there. And he's like stepping. Now all he's going to do is kick his right leg over, roll back, and the body weight's going to roll him back into releasing the arm.
Oh.
This is an old tried and true way of setting a guy up back into a juji. You're really baiting him into getting his arm.
And then, you know, once you get used to this position and he rolls over, then you can have all kinds of other fun, like,
So you roll him over in a head roll juji,
finish up.
which believe me has been done. It's a great move, you know. So there are a lot of variations there once you've got that. Again, this is how strong the leg press is. This is why, and then we work into the straddle, which is directly from the leg press. We kick over. Look at that. So you got another release. So you can see how many variants you can do in the juji.
All kinds of different ways to get it from there. The
Okay.
key is you're moving back and forth fluidly. You're transitioning between your pins. Okay, don't get married to one. Try them all out, okay?
Okay. You notice how he continues to improve his position and make Mike's position worse. And that's the idea of good ground fighting.
Yep.
Or good standing fighting, whatever. Okay, let's drill that, and then we'll go into the last one. We'll do a choke a little later. Okay, let's get him.